Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our reading of the Scripture, daily Bible reading. Going to begin today a reading which will, God willing, stretch over 3 years or so, if I'm granted life and health, and which will, again, God willing, see us reading the whole of the Scripture one chapter at a time. Going to begin at the beginning. I'm going to begin by reading Genesis chapter 1, the account of God's creation of everything. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and the darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven, to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And God said, "Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven." And God created great whales, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth." And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind." And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth." And God said, "Behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat." And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. Amen. So what are the lessons that we're to draw from the first chapter of Genesis? The first is very simple, but also very important. It is that God is the creator. God made everything. He made the universe in which the world sits. He made the world in which life exists. He made the animal kingdom, and the pinnacle of his creation, he made human beings in his own image. God is the creator. The second is that God chose to create in a particular way to teach us things. He chose actually to create in time, which is in itself something which is created. He divided his creation into 7 days, 6 days of action and 1 day of rest. Now, as Thomas Chalmers, the great Orthodox champion of Christianity, of Presbyterianism in Scotland, among many, many others, has pointed out, the fact that the sun and the moon were not created until the 4th day means that there is no inherent reason why the first 3 days of creation, at least, should be days of 24 hours in the way that we know them in this created order. Now, there are those who will tell you differently. Mostly they are arguing to their own agenda. If you're a member of these congregations or just an ordinary interested Christian, I'm glad to talk to you about them. But God chose to create in 6 days. Actually in 7 days, since, as I say, I reckon the day of rest to be a day of creation as well. And the question that raises isn't, how did he do all that so quickly? But rather, why did he take so long about it? God's all powerful. He's omnipotent. He could simply have willed everything into existence instantaneously without the passage of any time at all. Why did he divide his creation up into 7 days? He placed himself inside his creation and divided it up into 7 days, I reckon, in order to show us that there are things which are inherently part of his creation. For example, the day of rest is an inherent part of his creation. God placed himself inside his creation at the beginning, and then he placed himself inside his creation in a still deeper way whenever the second person of the Trinity, Jesus Christ, chose to become a human being in order to repair the damage which human beings had chosen to do, which we'll see in chapter 3, through disobedience and the fall. Jesus Christ, the first chapter of John's Gospel tells us, was present at and involved in the creation as the second person of the Godhead. Jesus Christ is a human being who came to earth, lived a life of perfect obedience to the law in the place of his people, died a death of perfect sacrifice in the place of those who belong to him. Those who place their faith in Jesus are rescued from sin and from condemnation because God chose to place himself inside his creation.